welcome to the Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. It seems like yesterday that we were wishing each other a happy new year, and already we have worked through half of January. Let's make the most of our time, shall we? Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. It's great to have you guys here. We have the two guys, Yafet Jones and Sean Wood. Welcome, and tell us a bit about yourselves.
We're two guys. We're both originally from the United States, but we're here in Korea. We're enjoying ourselves, and we'll enjoy ourselves even more if we win. So.
All right. Well, welcome to our stage, two guys, and good luck to you. Going against the two guys, we have the Cremazing team, Alex Dukowskis and Zach Hooker. So Cremazing is a combination of crazy and amazing, yes?
Yes. Alex here is crazy and I'm amazing, so
welcome Cremazing. And good luck to you as well. Cremazing and two guys, let us begin our game. We will start off the day with our multiple choice section. And two guys, you get to choose first. Q, I, or Z?
I.
Going with question set I, number 1. Of the following, in which formation do wild geese fly together? 1V, 2S, 3T, 4I.
Number 1V.
Yes. Question 2. Of the following, which is not a Swiss company? 1, Nestle, 2, Suchard, 3, Hershey, 4, Lindt.
3, Hershey.
Yes. You haven't used chance, and we go to question 3. Of the following, the traditional Korean New Year's Day is celebrated according to which calendar? 1, Solkin calendar, 2, lunar calendar, 3, Islamic calendar, 4, solar calendar.
2, lunar.
Yes, it takes place in February. Question 4. Of the following, which is not a mammal cloned from an adult cell? 1, mouse, 2, tiger, 3, pig, 4, sheep.
Tiger. Yeah, tiger. 2, tiger.
Yes. The others have been cloned. We had the cloning of a sheep in 1997, the mouse in 1998, and pig in 2002. We go to question 5. Of the following, which global media company launched its first 2 television channels in India in December 2004? 1, Tooniverse, 2, Walt Disney, 3, Cartoon Network, 4, Animax.
Say it's 2 channels. Does Cartoon Network? Yeah, you want to take
a chance.
Taking chance, we will take away 2 of the incorrect choices.
B1 and 4.
And your final decision.
2, Disney.
Yes, it is Walt Disney. And we go to question 6. Of the following, which is not a primary number? 1, 31, 2, 111, 3, 97, 4, 71.
I'm guessing 111. Yeah. Wait. 1 and 11. 71. 36. Wow, we should have used this one.
2 guys, we need your answer.
2, 111.
And that was wonderful. The others are prime numbers. And luck is on your side. And we go to question 7. Of the following, which country is smaller than Central Park in New York City? 1, San Marino, 2, Nauru, 3, Tuvalu, 4, Monaco.
Monaco. Yeah. Number 4, Monaco.
Yes, it is 0.7 square miles. Question 8. In Japan, a woman who slept in her car in hopes of better survival of the earthquake was found dead. Of the following, what was the presumed cause of her death? 1, economy class syndrome. 2, Jerusalem syndrome. 3, Gulf War syndrome. 4, sick building syndrome.
1, economy class syndrome.
Yes. Or thrombosis of the leg. Because of bad circulation. And we go to question 9. Of the following, which spice is responsible for the yellowness of curry? 1, ginger, 2, turmeric, 3, clove, 4, fenugreek.
Ooh, it might be turmeric. I think it's turmeric. Turmeric. 2, turmeric.
Yes. And you have reason to dance. If you get this last question, we'll give you 50 bonus points. We go to question 10. Of the following, which is not an imaginary place? 1, Arcadia, 2, El Dorado, 3, Utopia, 4, Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
Yes, and with that, you have 50 bonus points. Congratulations. All right. And Kramazy, you have quite a feat to beat. And you have a choice of Q, U, and Z question sets. Which would you like?
We'll take Z for Zach.
All right, we go with question set Z, number 1. Of the following, what is the shape of a typical money box? 1, ox, 2, horse, 3, pig, 4, rabbit.
3, pig.
Question 2. Of the following, what is this most trusted profession according to the recent Gallup poll in the U.S.? Nightingale was of this profession. 1, nurse, 2, advertisement business person, 3, lawyer, 4, car salesperson.
Number 1, nurse.
Yes. Question 3. Of the following, which famous opera singer is a castrato? Known castrato. 1, Farinelli, 2, Caffarelli, 3, Crescentini, 4, Pavarotti.
4, Pavarotti.
And we go to question 4. Of the following, which international organization has the most members? 1, EU, 2, WTO, 3, OECD, 4, UN.
4, the UN.
Yes, that is true. The WTO has 148 members, the UN has 191. And Kramazy, we get to go to question 5. Of the following, who took on a surprise visit to Baghdad last month? 1, Tony Blair, 2, Gerhard Schroeder, 3, Vladimir Putin, 4, George Bush.
We'll take a chance.
Taking chance, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And now, Kramazy, we need your final answer.
1, Tony Blair.
Yes. Question 6. Of the following, which nationality was the legendary hero William Tell who shot an apple from his son's head? 1, England, 2, Germany, 3, Ireland, 4, Switzerland.
Number 1, England.
Actually, he was from Switzerland. And Kramazy, you have 50 points on the board. 2 guys, you have 150 points, the lead. And now we have come to our password section. You're given 20 words in a pre-chosen category, 100 seconds to go through the entire list. 2 guys, your turn first. And your pre-chosen category is tool time. And are you ready?
I am ready.
Go.
Okay, it pounds nails.
Hammer.
Okay. Along with a nut, it holds things together.
Washer.
Nuts and
Bolts.
it Phillips or flat tip.
Screwdriver.
Okay. He's the guy who fixes your car.
Mechanic.
It's
Vacuum cleaner.
no, it's
Saw?
it makes small holes.
Drill.
Okay, it cuts wood.
Saw.
It's named after a primate. It's a tool, but it has it's 2 words. Begins with an M. It's named after a primate.
Monkey wrench.
There you go. Jesus was a
Carpenter.
There you go. It's the thing that if you want to like pound a letter into a piece
Chisel.
of stone. There you go. Okay, it's Paul Bunyan had one.
Axe.
There you go. The devil carries a
Pitchfork.
It's pass. It's Chilton's makes them to fix your car. It's a book that you can look in to figure out what your problem is and how to fix it. It starts with an M. It's a
Manual?
There you go. He's the guy who can fix anything. Starts with an M.
Handyman?
No,
Oh.
he can fix your car with a toothbrush and a paper clip. He's television.
MacGyver.
There you go. There are things that you put over your eyes to keep from getting things in your eyes when you're working.
Goggles.
There you go. Okay, pass. It's really rough. It has a grit and it gets.
Sandpaper?
There you go. This is what you use to till the land and it kind
Plow.
of starts with a P. And
You did a great job of moving through the list. You didn't get to DIY, which is do it yourself,
But I didn't know if I could say
and
do it yourself.
the sieve, in which you
I just
pass things through. You didn't want to go through the hints. And you guys, you have 310 points on the board. And now, Amazing, it is your turn. Your category is famous schools. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Okay, England.
Oxford.
It's in Massachusetts, and
MIT,
it's
Harvard.
computers. Another one that's in Massachusetts.
Harvard.
This is down south in Korea, computers.
Keist.
French University in Rushmore.
Sorbonne.
This is the prep school that's in England.
Eton.
This is a series of movies about cops who
Police
go-
Academy.
Yeah. This is the best university in Korea.
Seoul National.
This is the school that Harry Potter goes to.
I have no
Starts
idea.
with an H,
Hogwarts.
right? This is maybe a Japanese school. It starts with a W.
Tokyo University.
Oh, we're gonna pass. This is a school in New York City to design dresses. It's three letters.
NYU.
No, pass. This is a movie with Kevin Kline, and it's kind of a ripoff of Dead Poet Society. It's about a prep school. He's a teacher.
Choate at
No,
Exeter.
okay, skip. This is the Good Music School in America.
Oh,
Starts with a J.
yeah, Juilliard.
Pass. This is the Maroon School in California.
USC, Stanford.
Right. Okay, this is the movie that was shot at Wellesley.
Mona Lisa Smile.
Didn't quite get to Mona Lisa Smile, but good try. You didn't go to Tsinghua University, which is in China, and The Emperor's Club is the movie, and FIT, the
Fashion Institute. of
Fashion
Technology.
Institute of Technology, and Waseda is the Japanese university you passed on as well. And Amazing, you have 160 points on the board. Two guys, you have the lead, 310. And now let's welcome Mr. David Huang.
Hey, Eun-young, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm very warm in this thick sweater. Two guys, I want to congratulate you. That was a great first round, and amazing. I'm looking forward to a amazing third section then. Okay, I encourage you because there's a lot of points left on the board. All right? Without further ado then, I want to go ahead and introduce the rules to this next section. You guys ready? All right, this next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. Now, if that team gets that question wrong, that chance will be given over to the other team. And if neither of you guys can figure it out, we're going to help you out with the help of a spelling hint that pops up on your screen. And there's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, 5 seconds to answer each one. Got it? All right.
Let's have question one.
All right, question number one is about music. Singer Robbie Williams said that he only gave up drugs and alcohol because they made him too fat. His condition became so bad that Sir Elton John kidnapped him and had him admitted to a rehabilitation clinic. He spiraled into addiction to cocaine, ecstasy, and alcohol after leaving this British boy band.
Amazing.
What is Westlife?
2 guys, your chance to answer, he'll finish the question.
After leaving this British boy band in 1995, what is this?
2 guys, 5 seconds. To help you along, let's have a little spelling hint. And now you know. Maybe not. One of the slew of boy bands. 2 words, 2 guys.
Teen Talk?
Amazing, 5 seconds.
Oh.
By the looks on your faces, I'm just going to have to give you the answer. It's Take That.
Take that. Okay.
Yeah. Not really into boy bands, are you? Now we go to question 2.
I think it's just that Robbie Williams, he blew up so big
Right,
that like people forgot, unfortunately, about Take That.
All right, we go to
Anyway,
question
moving
2.
on, question number 2 is about survey. The Heritage Lottery Fund asked 1,000 people to name iconic British symbols of the future. The Diana Fountain in London's Hyde Park came in second with 21%, and this topped the poll with 34%. This is, as of December 2003, the largest observation wheel in the world.
2 guys.
It's Millennium Wheel?
Amazing, your chance to answer, he'll finish the question.
What is this?
Amazing, 5 seconds. Amazing.
The Eye of London.
Yes, the London Eye. And amazing, you're catching up. We go to question 3.
Question number 3 is about minerals. An Australian building products group agreed to pay $1.1 billion to victims of this.
Amazing.
Asbestos.
Yes. Suffering from lung diseases, receiving compensation, and amazing, you are catching up. We go to question 4.
Question number 4 is about titles. On December 19th, a fundraising performance of this was staged in London, marking 100 years of the classic tale. The play was first staged at the Duke of York's Theatre on December 27, 1904. Great Ormond Street Hospital for Sick Children in England gained the rights to the story when Sir James...
2 guys.
Peter Pan?
Yes. When M. Barrie died in 1937. And we go to question 5.
Question number 5, moving right along, is about issues. Budget airline Ryanair and Stansted Airport lost an appeal against the decision that they must provide these for disabled passengers. The court ruled that they had a joint responsibility to assist disabled travelers. This is used for mobility by people.
Amazing.
Oh. Wheelchair.
Yes. And we go to question 6.
Good teamwork. Question number 6 is about animals. More than 300 hybrids of these animals housed in zoos and safari parks across India will be prevented.
2 guys.
Elephants.
Amazing, your chance to answer. You'll finish the question.
Will be prevented from reproducing. The breeding program between Asiatic and African ones weakened the bloodline and devastated their gene pool. This is a big, wild, predatory cat. What is this?
Amazing, 5 seconds. Amazing.
Tigers.
Take a look at the hint. 2 guys.
Lion?
Yes. And we'll go to question 7.
Question number 7 is about geography. Finland is a rich nation famed for high taxes and its generous welfare state. However, Estonia's low-tax economy is taking on high-tech Finland. Between the two countries lies this sea that separates them by 50 miles.
Amazing.
The Baltic Sea.
Yes. It's in northeastern Europe, bounded by the Scandinavian peninsula, the mainland of East and Central Europe, and the Danish islands. And amazing, you are at 280 and 2 guys 370. Still a close game. We go to question 8.
Yeah, still a very close game. Question number 8 is about persons. Time magazine gave its Person of the Year award.
2 guys.
George Bush.
Yes. Because He persuaded voters that he deserved to be in the White House. And we go to question 9.
All right, question number 9, and he did a good job of it. You know, he won by a
won.
big margin this time around, you know. Question number 9 is about health. A study on the effect of this on osteoarthritis of the knee found that it can both relieve pain and improve movement. Arthritis patients showed a 40% decrease in pain. This is the practice of inserting very...
2 guys.
Acupuncture?
Yes. And have you ever tried acupuncture?
Never had a need for it, no.
So you're completely well.
Oh, yeah.
Like to think so, yeah.
Would you be willing, do you think, to have needles
Sure.
treatment?
I've been stuck with needles before, sure, yeah.
Oh, yes. And we go to question 10.
All right. Question number 10 is about companies. After this company announced that it would purchase 19.9% of the French game maker Ubisoft, the game company stock shares went up by 24%. However, Ubisoft said it would consider the company's stake building as hostile until it received further
2
details.
guys.
Microsoft?
Amazing. Your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
This is a world-leading video game developer and publisher. What is this?
Amazing. 5 seconds. Amazing.
Viacom?
Not big game players here. We look at the hint. Let's take a look at the hint. 2 guys.
Electronic Arts or EA Sports.
Yes. And we go to 11.
A battle of the buzzers, I see. It's all in the game. Question number 11 is about sports. This person came a long way from his humble origins in Porto Alegre, where he was spotted by his hometown club Grêmio at the age of 18. He is the winner of the FIFA 2004 World Player of the Year award.
2 guys.
Ronaldo?
Amazing. Your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Yes. This, Barcelona's Brazilian forward.
Amazing.
Ronaldinho.
Yes. Ronaldo de Assis Moreira is his real name. Let's move on to question 12.
All right, question number 12 is about countries. This country's government asked radio and TV stations to stop playing the song titled Leaving the Monkhood for Love because it was disrespectful to Buddhists. The country's motto is Nation, Religion, King, and 90% of the population is Buddhist. This is a small...
2 guys.
Nepal?
Amazing. Your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
This is a small constitutional monarchy in Southeast Asia. What is this?
Amazing.
Bhutan.
Let's take a look at the hint. The motto is Nation, Religion, and King. Buddhist country. Southeast Asia. Small constitutional monarchy. And next to a country which fought the U.S. 2 guys.
Cambodia.
Yes. And we go to question 13.
All right. Question number 13 is about astronomy. When the Cassini spacecraft flew past this, it spied on clouds at mid-latitudes that were not present on its last flyby in October. Cassini also saw banding and layering in the moon's upper atmosphere. Scientists now have their first direct evidence of changing weather patterns on Saturn's...
2 guys.
Europa?
Amazing. Your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Changing weather patterns on Saturn's largest moon. What is this?
Amazing. 5 seconds. Amazing.
EO?
Let's take a look at the hint. 2 guys.
Titan.
Yes, it is Titan. And now question 14, please.
Once again, battle of the buzzers. Question number 14 is about devices. Although it did not directly prove any health risk while using this, a laboratory study showed that radio waves from these cause harm to body cells.
Amazing.
Microwave.
2 guys, your chance to answer. He will finish the question.
A laboratory study showed that radio waves from these cause harm to body cells and damage to DNA. They said as a precaution that people should not use this if there was a landline available. Around
2 guys.
Wireless phone or cell phone?
Yes, the mobile phone. 1.5 billion people in the world use them, so we should all be careful. And we go to our last question of this section.
That actually scares me because in Korea, I don't have a landline, and all my phone calls are used on the cell phone. That's kind of scary. I hope it's not true. All right. Question number 15, last but not least, is about peoples. These people called for a referendum on independence. It was first drawn up by the leader Juan José Ibarrex. Members of parliament voted in favor of proposals for more autonomy from Spain. They are an indigenous...
Amazing.
Ask.
Yes. People who inhabit parts of both Spain and France. And a very strong ending to a very strong game. Amazing. However, two guys, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. And amazing, what do you want to say to your supporters?
Probably more crazy than amazing this game. So.
We'd like to thank our friends in the studio audience from Japan who came to hang out with us.
By the way, are you blaming your partner then? If
No,
you're
not
more
at
crazy
all.
than amazing?
Not at all.
Just checking.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, amazing team.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this with Half and Half and our two guys. Welcome to guys, our final stage. Let's welcome back the Half and Half team. Burke, Jocelyn, and Joseph Kim, it's great to see you guys again. This is your attempt at win number 3 in a row, so you have 2 wins under your belt. You have tickets to Japan already. So how do you feel?
I think we feel pretty good, you know. And it used to be that our name was Half and Half because we're, you know, half American, half Korean. But now it's Half and Half because we're halfway on our way to Europe.
And how do you feel about that, two guys?
Hey, he's right. He's halfway on their way, but we're going to try to stop him.
All right, two guys and half. Good luck to you today, and let's begin our final section. And in our final section, we'll give you 5 categories of questions, 5 questions each. They are ranked in difficulty, 10 to 50 points. You don't have to go in order. You just get 1 question right. You can choose the next one. What are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are births in January, vampires, hopes, peaceful changes, and media art.
And we will begin with births in January for 10 points. On January 3rd, 1892, John Ronald Reuel Tolkien was born in South Africa. He is best known for his fantasy novels. Two guys.
Lord of the Rings.
Half and half. Your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. Fantasy novels, The Hobbit, and its sequel, The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien's earliest literary ambition was to be a poet, but his primary creative urge in his younger days was the invention of imaginary languages. He never expected his fictional stories to become popular. Tolkien set his works in an imaginary realm called this. What is this? Half and half.
Middle Earth.
Yes. Just got to get used to our questions. And half, you get to choose.
Media art for 10, please.
And media art for 10 points.
Hi Contenders, I'm Ga-hye Yoon, the coordinator of Media City Seoul. Fine art, once done only by hand, is now making use of many current technological equipment and software. Media art is created with the technology. It introduces and brings the modern communication medium, the mass media, into the world of art. At the 3rd Seoul International Media Arts Biennale, titled Media City Seoul 2004, people are introduced to a digital world filled with games and playful experiences through the window of media arts. Today, I wish to invite you all to this wonderful world of media arts.
In British artist Langlands and Bell's work, titled The House of Blank 2002, viewers can navigate through whitewashed rooms, store cupboards and bunkers. Using a still and a digital video camera, they visited the former home of this person at Duntara, where he lived for a brief period in the late 1990s. Immediately after September 11, 2001, the US government named this head of Al-Qaeda the prime...
Two guys.
Osama bin Laden.
Yes, the prime suspect. The house of Osama bin Laden 2002 is the work. And two guys, you've tied at 10 points, you get to choose.
Media art, 20.
Media art, 20 points.
Media art is a generic term in contemporary art used for describing art which is to a significant extent related to or created in a technological medium. The term is mainly used to describe specific types of artwork which were created...
Half and half.
Graphic design.
Two guys, your chance to answer, he'll finish the question.
In the 1960s until present. Commonly, this Korean artist's video installations are regarded as the founding point of media art, but today the term refers to disciplines such as video art. Who is this?
Two guys, 5 seconds. He is known as the father of video art, and on your way into this studio, you saw one of his great works in our building. Half and half.
Lee Nam-joon?
Yes, it's Kim Nam-joon. And half and half.
Vampires for 50, please.
Vampires for 50 points.
Count Dracula, the central character of Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, is thought to be named after Vlad the Impaler. He was a savage ruler who often impaled his enemies, hence his nickname. Recent research...
Half and half.
Vlad Tepes?
Two guys, your chance to answer, he'll finish the question.
Recent research suggests that Stoker knew little of him. As a result of the success of Dracula, this historic region that forms the western and central parts of Romania became a popular
Two
setting.
guys.
Transylvania.
Yes, it became a popular setting for many. And two guys, you get to choose.
Vampires for 10.
Vampires for 10 points.
In zoology, vampirism is used to refer to vampire bats, leeches, mistletoe, this, and any other organism that preys upon the bodily fluids of other creatures. The females of this require protein for egg development. Since their normal diet consists of
Two guys.
Mosquitoes?
Yes. Males differ from females with mouth parts not suitable for blood sucking, so males don't suck our blood. It's the females that do. And two guys, you get to choose.
Vampires for 30.
Vampires, 30 points.
Typical weaknesses of the vampire include garlic, holy water, crosses, and Bibles. One simply holds the object in question in front of the vampire, and the monster is kept
Half and half.
Crucifix.
Two guys, your chance to answer, he'll finish the question.
And the monster is kept at a distance. Other stories have established that any religious symbol used by a sincere believer is effective. For example, in some stories, a Jew uses this to ward off a vampire. This is generally recognized as a symbol of Judaism and Jewish identity. What is this?
Two guys, 5 seconds. Two guys.
Star of David?
Yes, also known as the Jewish Star. We mentioned crosses in our hint, so we didn't take your crucifix. And two guys.
Vampires for 40.
Vampires for?
Yes, vampires 40.
Vampires for 40 points.
In this people's mythology, the Sivatateo were vampires. They were noble women who died during childbirth. People believe that they returned to the land of the living to stalk travelers and to haunt temples. Their faces are white and their hands and arms are covered in white chalk. Their tattered dresses are decorated with crossbones. They are a Mesoamerican people of central Mexico in the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Half and half.
Aztecs.
Yes. Good to see you on the board, half and half, and you get to choose.
Meteor for 50, please.
Media art, 50 points.
The theme of the third Seoul International Media Art Biennale is gameplay. Humans are sometimes called Homo faber for their use of tools.
In the early 20th century, a Dutch historian, Johan Huizinga, argued that what was formed into a human culture is not a reason or thinking, but play.
He claimed that it is with play that humans have come this far.
Thus he named the human species this, which means humans of playing. What
Two
is...
guys.
Homo sapien?
Half and half, 5 seconds. We need the second half of the word, humans of play or playing. 2 syllables. 2 guys.
Ricola, I don't know. I didn't.
Half and half, 5 seconds. Half and half.
Lindo?
Actually, it is Homo ludens. Oh, yes. And so we'll go with hopes, 10 points. This box released all the sorrows of mankind into the world. 2 guys.
Pandora's box?
Yes. And in her box, all the evils of the world escaped except hope, and so we have hope to count upon when we are out or in despair. And 2 guys, you get to choose.
Hopes for 20. Hopes for 20?
Hopes, 20 points. This person boxed professionally and was also a pool hustler. He is mostly remembered for his passion for golf. He even played in a few PGA Tour events. He also golfed with nearly every U.S. president, from Dwight D. Eisenhower to George W. Bush. 2 guys.
Bob Hope?
Yes. There's even a Hope Chrysler Classic named after him, which is now in the 44th year. And are you a golf player?
A little bit.
Golfer?
I don't know if you'd call what I do playing golf, but I try. I'm not
So you
good at
do
all.
hit the ball?
Oh, sometimes. I mean, not all the time.
That's an honest answer.
And 2 guys you get to choose.
Hopes for 30.
Hopes, 30 points. The Hope Diamond is a famous blue diamond which is thought to be cursed. First story is about the probable curse were a number of supposed owners who had come to an noble end. Many Americans blame the diamond for various national catastrophes like the Kennedy assassination and stock market crashes. In 1958, it was donated to this museum complex with most 2 guys.
Smithsonian.
Yes, in Washington, D.C. And 2 guys, have you ever had the opportunity to see the blue diamond?
Yes, it's spectacular. I have a picture of it too.
Yeah, it is pretty spectacular. It's like a fist-sized blue diamond. Pretty amazing.
Oh, God.
And 2 guys you get to choose.
Hopes for 40.
Hopes, 40 points. In 1488, Bartholomew Dias, the Portuguese seafarer, was the first to sail around this. Half and half.
Cape of Good Hope.
Yes. He actually named it the Cape of Storms in the beginning because the first time he passed it, it was all stormy. But then later it was renamed by John II of Portugal as this because it was the opening of the route to the east. And half and half, it's good to see you on the board and you get to choose.
By the way, real quick, there's a reason why it's so stormy down there. I think on that side it's the Atlantic Ocean. I'm not sure if it's the Indian Ocean or the Pacific. But anyways, it's because those 2 seas come together there that point is particularly rough. The seas are rough there. A lot of storms over there because of that reason.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
FYI.
And half and half, you choose.
Peaceful changes for 30.
Peaceful changes for 30 points.
This country concluded presidential elections in November 2004, and as of November 26th, the results of the election...
Half and half.
Ukraine.
Great answer. And its capital is Kiev. And mass protests there are already being referred to as the Orange Revolution. And half, you are at 140. 2 guys, you are in the lead with 160 points, and you get to choose.
Peaceful changes for 40, please.
Peaceful changes for 40 points.
It started on November 16th, 1989, with a peaceful student demonstration in Bratislava. With other communist regimes falling all around it and with growing street protests, the Communist Party of Czechoslovakia announced on November...
Half and half.
Velvet Revolution.
Yes, it refers to the bloodless revolution in Czechoslovakia that saw the overthrow of the communist government, and the name originated from the fabric with soft, lustrous pile. And Half and half, you have the lead now and you get to choose.
Peaceful changes for 50, please.
Peaceful changes for 50 points.
In 2003, tens of thousands of Georgians fed up with the corruption, poverty, and political stagnation of President Eduard Shevardnadze's regime demanded his resignation. Opposition supporters led by Mikhail Saakashvili marched on the parliament building holding these flowers as a symbol of nonviolence. Mr. Shevardnadze fled with his bodyguards, and thus the term blank revolution was coined. What is this?
Two guys.
Rose?
Yes, the color red is a symbol of socialism or social democracy. And two guys, now you have the lead and you get to choose.
Hopes for 50.
Hopes, closing the category, 50 points. Quote, hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man, end quote. Perhaps not surprisingly for a pastor's son, this person frequently employs an idiom modeled on Luther's Bible. Equally important are punning and paradox in his rhetoric. The nuances and shades of meaning in his original writings are all too easily lost in translation into English. He was a highly influential German philosopher. Who is this? Two guys.
Freud.
Half and half, 5 seconds. Half and half.
Kant?
I'm going to give it away with this hint. A widely quoted phrase by him, God is dead. Half and half. Two guys.
Nietzsche.
Yes. Friedrich Nietzsche. Just didn't come to mind. And two guys, you choose.
Vampires for 20.
Vampires, 20 points.
By the way, plenty of points left on the board and a very close game. All right, for 20 points. River Phoenix was cast as one of the main characters but died before the filming began.
Two guys.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yes, The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. And Christian Slater and eventually replaced him in that part. And it is a cult book, actually, originally, not the film, that influenced modern-day goth culture. And two guys, your choice.
Births in January for 20.
Births in January for 20 points. On January 19th, 1736, James Watt was born in Greenock, Scotland. He worked as a mathematical instrument maker from the age of 19 and soon became interested in these machines invented by the English engineers Thomas Savery and Thomas Newcomen. These were used at the time to pump water from mines. Two guys.
Windmills.
Half and half. Your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. Watt's improvements to this were a key stage in the Industrial Revolution. What is this? Half and half. 5 seconds. Half and half.
The Archimedes Screw?
Okay, we are looking for James Watt's invention. Think back to those memorizations we did in 3rd grade. James Watt. Two guys.
Steam engine?
Yeah. And two guys, your chance.
Births in January for 50.
Births in January for 50 points. On January 4th, 1642, this person was born. He was reluctant to share his research with other scientists, fearing that they would take credit for his discoveries. Half and half.
Newton.
Yes, Sir Isaac Newton. He instigated a Royal Society investigation to prove that he invented calculus before a German mathematician, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, who had published the method first. And he wrote the Philosophy Naturalis Principia Mathematica. And half and half. You're cashing up, you get to choose.
Media art for 40, please.
Media art, 40 points.
Internet art as a movement is part of media art. It is art, or more precisely, cultural production which uses the internet as its primary medium, and more importantly, its subject. Much like video art uses video as its medium, internet art as a movement is part of media art. Tilman Baumgartel is author of blank.art.2.0, which is on the history of online art. In computing, this word is one of the top-level domain names. What is this?
Two guys.
HTML.
Half Half and half, 5 seconds. Half and half.
World Wide Web.
It's just too easy, and that's why you're passing this up. It is sometimes used as a short form for the word internet. Half and half.
Internet.
The net.
Yeah. And now just 30 points separates you, half and half, 270,
Media art,
two
30.
guys, 300 points. And what would you like?
Media art 30.
Media art for 30 points.
The playing and games of modern day have developed into a way of life in tandem with digital culture. This began in early 2003, when through the internet, people became aware of events organised by a person or group.
Two guys.
Blogging.
Half and half, your chance, half and half.
Flash mobs.
Yes, a group of people who assemble suddenly to carry out an event. And half and two guys, you're tied at 300 points now. And what would you like?
Births in January for 40, please.
Births in January for 40 points. On January 14th, this person was born in Kaisersberg, Germany. Some people in his days compared his philosophy with that of Francis of Assisi, a comparison he did not object to. His personal credo was, I am life that wants to live in the midst of life that wants to live. Half and half.
Saint Benedict.
Two guys, your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. His philosophy was mainly based on the term reverence for life. He spent most of his life in Lambaréné in what is now Gabon, Africa. Who is this? Two guys, 5 seconds. He is someone who we would recognize for doing good works for mankind. Half and half.
Albert Schweitzer.
Yes. And half, you have the lead and you get to choose.
Births in January for 30.
Births in January for 30 points. The scene in which this artificial intelligence becomes insane has been named half and half.
Hal.
Yeah, the first being. The novel was made into a film titled 2001: A Space Odyssey, written by Arthur C. Clarke. And half, you get to choose.
Peaceful changes for 20, please.
Peaceful changes for 20 points.
Since the mid-20th century, the term nonviolence has come to embody a diversity of techniques for waging social conflict without the use of violence. As a technique for social struggle, it is most often associated with the campaign for
half and half.
Civil disobedience.
Two guys, your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Associated with the campaign for Indian independence led by Mohandas Gandhi.
Two guys.
British Empire.
Now the chance is open to both teams. Let's finish the question.
And the struggle to attain civil rights for African Americans led by this person. He is perhaps...
Two guys.
Martin Luther King.
Junior.
Martin Luther King Jr.
The junior part is very important. Martin Luther King Jr., yes. And we are down to our last question of the day. Peaceful changes for 10 points.
Last question to a great game, by the way. In politics, this name is sometimes applied to figures who favor peaceful solutions to problems as opposed to...
Half and half.
Doves.
Yes, the bird with an image with the olive branch. And two guys, it was a great game. It's always tough to go against previous winners. You did a great job today. However, half and half, you've won again, 3 times in a row. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Two guys, what do you want to say?
Thanks for having us. We had a good time. These guys are tough, but I'm sure they'll probably go all the way 7. They'll probably be in Europe before we know it. So congratulations, guys, and thanks, everybody, for having us.
It was great having you on our show.
It was.
Thank you.
And now half and half. You have 3 wins. Are you satisfied?
Not yet.
Actually, we're pretty surprised ourselves. So
These guys were really tough. I mean, for most of the time, I thought we were going to lose, and these guys played a great game.
Well, it was great that you have now marked 3 wins in a row, but you are interested in going on to see if you can get to Europe. Congratulations again on your 3rd win. So half and half has marked its 3rd win in a row. We'll see them again next week. Join us then. Bye-bye.